Hey everyone! Today, we're diving into a book that has genuinely inspired millions of people to completely rethink their lives. It's Robin Sharma's incredible fable, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
This whole story makes you ask a really big question, one that's right at the heart of it all. What's the real price of success? And maybe more importantly, is that a price you're actually willing to pay?
So, everything we're talking about comes from this international bestseller. But it's so much more than just a book. It's kind of a guide to living with more courage, more balance, and more joy. So, let's get to know the man at the center of this incredible tale. All right, so the main character here is this guy, Julian Mantle. He's a high-flying lawyer, and to the outside world, this guy had it all. But as you can probably guess, there was a pretty steep hidden cost to his glittering career.
Julian's life was all about the classic signs of success, right? He was a total legal superstar, completely driven by power, prestige, money. You know the drill. We're talking $3,000 Italian suits, and of course that signature bright red Ferrari. He looked like a man who had totally won the game of life. Or at least, that's how it looked from the outside.
And this quote from the book just nails his problem, doesn't it? He was certainly well off, no question about that. But his well-being? Nope, not at all. All that external success felt completely hollow because he had zero inner peace. A life that's this out of balance, well, it just can't last. And for Julian, the moment it all came crashing down was, well, it was sudden, dramatic, and it nearly killed him. So get this, right in the middle of a packed courtroom, arguing some big case, Julian Mantle just collapses. He's only 53 years old, and that high-stress, always-on lifestyle finally catches up to him. Bam, a massive heart attack.
Okay, so this near-death experience, it was the ultimate wake-up call, the one he absolutely needed, and he makes this incredibly radical choice. He sells everything, his mansion, his private plane, and even that prized Ferrari. And then he just disappears. He heads off on this huge spiritual journey to India, looking for some real answers. And that's what leads him way up in the Himalayas to these legendary sages of Savannah. So, what did he even find up there in that super remote, peaceful place? Well, he basically discovered the secrets to a life packed with passion, purpose, and peace. And it was all boiled down into 7 timeless virtues. But here's the cool part. The sages didn't just hand him a boring list of rules. No way. They taught him through this really memorable, almost magical story, a fable, where every single element represents one of the core principles for enlightened living.
And this fable is just brilliant. It lays out the whole philosophy. It starts with your mind being like a garden. The idea is, if you don't actively plant good seeds, positive thoughts, then the weeds of negativity are just going to grow all by themselves. Then you've got the lighthouse, which symbolizes your life's purpose, the thing that guides you through a storm. You have the sumo wrestler for constant improvement, a wire cable for self-discipline, a stopwatch to respect your time, roses to remind you to serve others, and finally, a path of diamonds to teach the joy of just living in the present moment.
Let's take the sumo wrestler for a second. He represents this Japanese philosophy of kaizen. Now, this isn't about some huge dramatic change overnight. It's about something way more powerful. The idea that small, relentless improvements made every single day are what ultimately lead to mastery. Man, this is one of the most powerful lines from the book. We all feel too busy for self-improvement, but this analogy just shows how illogical that is. Neglecting your mind, your body, and your spirit is just like driving on empty. Eventually, you're gonna run out of fuel.
Okay, so this all sounds great, but how do you actually integrate these virtues into your life? Well, the sages taught Julian a simple but really profound rule, and it all comes down to the number 21. It's called the magic rule of 21. The idea is that if you can persist with a new activity, like meditating or practicing gratitude, for 21 consecutive days, your brain will literally forge new pathways, wiring it in as a habit. It just shows that persistence truly is the mother of all personal change.
So when you boil it all down, what's the core message from Julian's incredible journey? What is this whole fable trying to teach us about our own lives? It's as simple and as profound as that. True, lasting happiness isn't going to come from a fancy car or a big bank account. It comes from discovering your calling, your unique mission, and then directing all of your energy toward it.
It comes from a life of purpose.
At the end of the day, this fable teaches us that Julian's transformation isn't just his story. It's a blueprint for all of us. You don't have to experience a heart attack or sell all your possessions to start living a more meaningful life. That change can begin right now with one small step. So the question is, what will yours be?